Hello people! So I'm doing a book talk again. I haven't done these in more than a year, but I think I can remember how to do these. I didn't take notes, so it might be a little bit incoherent. But what hasn't changed at all is that I'm going to start spoiler free and then warn you when I go into the spoilery discussion of the book. The book I will be talking about is The Dinner by Hermann Koch, and I was recommended this book in Amsterdam by Sanne from Books and Quills. I'm gonna link her channel down below. She picked it, I read it, and I'm just mildly disturbed. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good book. I enjoyed reading it, even though it made me very aggressive in parts and very angry, but it's very interesting. It makes you think, and I love that about a book. It's just one of a kind. I've never read anything like it, and I think it's really hard to find anything like it. So I enjoyed it quite a lot, even though it is mildly terrifying. Let's start with a summary of what this book is about. The Dinner is about a dinner, and it's about our protagonist and his wife and his brother and his wife. And the two couples go on a dinner date in a very extremely fancy restaurant, and basically they met up to talk about what their sons did. Both of the couples have a 15-year-old son, and the two boys did something horrible. And it's basically the two couples kind of talking about it, kind of not talking about it, kind of beating around the bush. I think it's really important to go into this book not knowing anything about it, which is why I'm starting with a spoiler-free review. What I liked most was that the book kept you in suspense, and you just wanted to find out what the heck happened. What did those two boys do that was so horrifying? What is the kind of relationship between all of the characters? How are they gonna deal with the situation? And it just keeps you reading, which I really liked. On the other hand, what is really interesting is that none of the characters are likable. Usually you sympathize with the main character, but this main character is kind of bad. He's kind of not a good person, and he's also kind of an unreliable narrator because he omits stuff, because he doesn't feel like it's our business, the reader's business, to know these things. So he's an unreliable narrator, and he's also a very shady personality. His brother is absolutely not likable because, first of all, objectively, he's an asshole. Sorry. Also, our protagonist doesn't like him. And the two wives in the book, his brother's wife is a pushover, and she's kind of shallow, at least she seems shallow, so she's not really likable. And his own wife, while obviously he describes her as this perfect angel who's intelligent and kind and loving, she actually, if you look at it objectively, is cruel and has kind of shady morals, so I'm not on board with that. And I found it very interesting to read a book with characters where none of the characters are actually likable. I don't think that this book was written to not be alarming, so I think that the author wanted this book to show how people's opinion can be against the social norm, but at the same time to them feel inherently true and normal and the only right way to go. To sum up the spoiler-free discussion of the book, it is very interesting. It definitely makes you think, but it's also kind of hard to read because of the topic it deals with. Now let's move on to the spoilery discussion. If you don't want to get spoiled, leave now, and I warned you, so goodbye. First off, Paul is a dickhead. That's our main character, and he has so many anger issues. He has so many issues. He definitely needs a psychologist, and the way he just keeps punching people in the face disgusted me. and the way he always wanted to solve things with violence, the way that he and his wife in the end talked about violence as if it were like, as if it's nothing to punch his brother in the face and break his nose. I mean, you're punching someone in the face, and then this disgusting remark on the wine glass in his, like, that his wife hit his brother with, I don't know, but she destroyed his face with the broken off wine glass, and the satisfaction that the narrator got from telling of the scars that this wine glass left on his brother's face and how it ruined his political career. It's just disgusting how much satisfaction he got from it. So this book made me angry because of the opinions that the main character expressed and the way that the main character described people and talked about people. It just all felt so wrong. And also the way that his son reacted, the fact that he did it again, that he beat up another homeless person for fun, and that his parents are still able to excuse him. He killed a person, he injured another, and if you don't teach him that this is in no way even close to being okay, he'll just keep doing it. He'll treat people like shit. I got very angry at the parents and the way that they handled the situation. But at the same time, this anger is actually what made me like the book, because it evokes so much thought. You start thinking about it. You start thinking about why it makes you angry, why these things they are saying and thinking and feeling make you feel so weird, why they feel wrong. And you start picking your brain and trying to figure out what is wrong with it. So the restaurant is really the perfect place for this, because in no other situation would the protagonist have been able to beat around the bush for so long and avoid that conversation for the entire evening. And I really like the setting because it just ridiculed everything about this posh restaurant situation so much. And I enjoyed that very much. So overall, I liked it a lot, but it also touched on some topics that were really something that made me think. The way it was presented made me think, and also this ambiguity of the characters made me think. So overall, this book is something to make you think. I probably have said that like 10 times now, but that is, to me, the whole point of this book, to make you think about the things that are happening, and I quite like that. I like books that make me think. I'm gonna end this here because my dad is starting with his sound checking and it's very loud and he's probably gonna disturb anything I do after this anyway. So I'm gonna stop here. I think I have put out everything that I wanted to say about this book. I will hopefully see you sooner than I think, and have a nice day. Bye bye!